Hello, this is Glenn. I'm part of the Quacera team. This is going to be a short video introducing the Quacera QPMRadar, which is the weather map for the stock market. What is it and what does it mean for investors? People regularly use weather maps and weather reports to organize normal lifestyle activities, taking advantage of pleasant temperatures and climate conditions while avoiding unpleasant wind and rain. The weather report does not change their lifestyle, but it may rearrange some of their activities. This is true for investors. The stock market weather report assists in taking advantage of opportunities and avoiding some of the investment pitfalls. It's all part of the normal operating in portfolio management. However, a report of unusually dangerous inclement weather, such as hurricanes, can change lifestyles. Just as a stock market weather report that's looking at the unusually treacherous market conditions will cause investors and traders to deviate from their normal trading strategies and tactics. QPMRadar is based upon 4 quadrants. The quadrants are defined by stock price momentum, which is the horizontal axis, and the vertical axis is performance versus the S&P 500. So momentum creates performance, so we concentrate on momentum. And the Quacera momentum algorithm is looking at the rate of change. It's based upon a number of time-weighted moving averages. What happens today is important, but what happens 30 weeks ago is still part of the trend. It's a combination of these trends that determines the momentum point. There are 4 quadrants. The right side quadrants are positive momentum, the left side are the negative momentum. The right side quadrants A and B. A, positive momentum and outperforming the market. B, positive momentum and underperforming the market. On the left side, quadrant C is negative momentum and outperforming the market. That's an interesting quadrant. We'll talk about it. But that can also be the case if in a bear market, if their stocks in quadrant C are falling less rapidly than the overall market. And the D quadrant is negative momentum and performance. In a healthy market, A and B quadrants have the largest participation. The D quadrant is populated by stocks that are currently out of favor, and the C quadrant is virtually empty in a bull market. Short-term traders are interested in the daily report and looking at the migration of issues from A to B back to A, and looking for long-term investors are looking, and short-term investors are looking for new trends that are coming out of D. This is the daily synopsis, daily report synopsis on our website. It shows the percent positive, 63% for this particular day. The percent of the Quacera universe, which is a little over, it's about 2,400 stocks. In this case, 83% were positive. I'm sorry, in this case, 63% were positive. And we're also looking at the efficacy of these signals. We want positive ratings have a positive return and negative ratings to have a negative return. In this case here, 83% of the positive signals have a positive return. And this was July 2nd, 2026. In a roaring bull market, 72% of the negative signals had shown a negative performance. But also on the data report page is the new signals for that day, the positive and negative signals that are new for that day. Quadrant A, this is the center of attention in a bull market. Investors and traders use the weather report to spot new positive momentum trends or to be wary of positive trends that are beginning to wane. And in a bull market, issues will migrate between A and B a number of times. Quadrant A is also the home of the top 50 performing issues. This report is available on the daily report page. The interesting thing about this is the percent returns are huge on this one. They're skewed by some of the unbelievable returns in the current market. The interesting thing about this report is the number of days that the positions have been open. 277 is the average days. This is not a short-term trading report. These reports are hopefully taking advantage of long-term trends. Quadrant D is the home of the worst performing issues. They can be the death cell or death quadrant, some that can only leave via bankruptcy. Some will languish there for a long time. but there's some will turn around and their negative momentum will turn positive. They'll move into quadrant B. This is what people are looking for, investors are looking for with the weather report. Are there issues in quadrant D that are beginning to turn around? This is also the home of the 50 worst performing issues. That's also it's available on our daily report page. Again, the interesting thing here is not necessarily the declines. It's the fact that these signals have been open. In this case, it's 204 is the average days that are open. This is again not a short-term trading strategy. We're trying to develop and look at longer-term trends. Quadrant B. This is a transition quadrant. Transitioning to quadrant A, from D to B to A. In normal bull markets, this is well populated. Some coming from D and some migrating back from A and back to A. During market declines, this quadrant is relatively unpopulated, as you can see here from the brief decline we had in February, March, April of 2025. During that decline, quadrant B was relatively unpopulated. As the market recovers, population of quadrant B will start to pick up. This is one of the clues to tell when a bear move or a bear market is ending, by looking for quadrant B participation to increase. Quadrant C is a special quadrant. This is where the bears live. This is where the weather report is signaling things that can affect all the other quadrants. It's the sign that there's a major change in the tone of the market. If the population of quadrant C starts to increase, it's a warning. We use in Quacera 4% the benchmark. If the quadrant C increases to about 4% population, 4% of our 2,400 stocks, we will issue a bear report. Quadrant C and it will be, as you can see with this chart here, when the market's going now, quadrant C is populated. Quadrant that only short sellers like to see populated. We can take a look on our website each day. We put out a couple of brief videos. One of the QPMRadar for the entire our universe, including the percent in each quadrant, and then one that for one of the 144 sectors that we follow. To reach there, go to our website, click on Quacera Universe. When you know that, and go down here, you'll see a few seconds with Quacera. Click on that and spend a few seconds with Quacera. You're going to see an approximately 30-second video that shows the population, our universe, what's going on that, and the different populations in the different quadrants. And you're also going to see one of the 144 sector reports. You'll see the QPMRadar for that. QPMRadar, the weather map for the stock market sentiment, tracking investor sentiment, showing positions at a particular moment, and tracking changes between moments. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please contact us. We'd be happy to hear from you. And thank you for your interest.